Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a full face using products that are my favorite. All these products I've used quite a bit and I've just really grown to attach to them. I'm kind of one of those people that once I find something that I like, I don't usually switch off of it. But I've been trying to branch out lately and try new things, but these are my current favorites. So if you guys want to see how I got this look here and what products that are my favorite, then please keep watching. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my under eye. Now this isn't a step that you have to do, it's just been something that I've been doing recently and that I think it looks better when I do it. But what I'm going to be using is the Needle No More Baggage by Dr. Brandt. This has surprisingly become one of my favorite products recently. I like the way that it makes my under eyes look. I think it smooths it out and it just makes them look more awake. And that's always something that I like. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my fingertips. And then kind of, it says to warm it up using your fingertips. And then I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. This is another one of my favorite primers. I haven't really tried out any main brand stuff, but I believe that this is the best drugstore one that I've tried. And I do like how it makes my skin feel pretty hydrating, because I have very, very dry skin. And I'm trying to work on finding things that help that, but for now I've just been using very hydrating products trying to combat that dryness. And I find that if I do place this on before my foundation, it does help with the dry spots. The only downfall to this product is the smell, and I've said this before, I do not like the smell of this product. Alright, for foundation, I'm going to be using the Advanced Real Moisture Liquid Foundation. It looks like this. It's by Touch and Soul, and I'm in the shade, I think I'm Natural Beige. I'm just going to be putting some of that on the back of my hand. And then just kind of dabbing it all over. The reason why I like this foundation so much is I think it's more like, how can I say this? It's medium coverage, which if you're wanting full coverage, this probably wouldn't do. I mean, you can build it, but I like it because it's pretty lightweight and it does give coverage, just not, you know, heavy coverage. And I'm going to be blending that out with the Eco Tool Beauty Sponge. With this foundation, I feel like it blends really well in with my skin and it doesn't make me look cakey. And I like foundations that you can't really tell that you're wearing foundation that much, but it does have coverage and it's pretty light, which I like. So I think it's pretty good for summer. Alright, next thing is I'm going to set my face, and I'm going to be using the Fit Me Matte Poreless Translucent Powder. Looks like this. I'm going to use a brush instead. Next step I'm going to be doing is I'm going to bronze, and I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer Physicians Formula. I know people are probably tired of hearing about this product, but this really is the best drugstore bronzer that I've come across so far. And I think it does a fairly good job of giving you a bit of a tan look to yourself. Oh, and I'm going to be using this BC bronzing brush. I've got it from TJ Maxx. Doesn't really... I've never heard of this brand before, but it was on sale and I was needing a big kind of bronzing brush. Next up is blush. And I'm going to be using, for the brush, I'm going to be using the Luxie blush brush. It's 514. And for blush, I'm going to be using the Pretty Vulgar Hush blush is the shade. Looks like this. It's kind of a dark, it's not a brown, but like a very dark pink. And I received this in my BoxyCharm. I want to say it was like April's, maybe May's Boxy, and I quickly fell in love with this color. You have to be careful because it is pretty pigmented. Alright, next is highlight, and I'm going to be using this Pure Sculptor. It's another item that I received in my BoxyCharm, and I'm just going to be using these two for highlight, and I'm just going to be using a Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. And I'm just going to go into these two colors. This is a highlight that I use whenever I want there to be a highlight. And I also like to put it on my kind of collarbone area just to make it stand out a little bit. Give me that glow look. I can't use the bronzing part because it's way too dark for me, but I do really like the highlights. I just forgot, or I just realized that I did not conceal my face with my Shape Tape. Oh well, I thought I was missing a step. Oh well. But yes, this is my favorite concealer, is the Shape Tape. I know, this is another product that everyone is always talking about, but this concealer really is the best concealer that I've tried. I know I think it's only about 22 or 24, which is, I mean, it's kind of pricey, but you get a lot, and it doesn't take much, you know, to get the effect of the product. But for you, any of you guys that want to know what shade I am in Fair Beige. But let's see, let's move on to eyes. And it's really dirty, but my favorite is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I think I like like how big the palette is. I like all the shades. I feel like I have a variety and I don't have to just pick up, you know, different, you know, take from different other palettes, because it basically has all you could ever want. At least for me, that's the way I feel about it. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M504. I think it's just a blending brush. And what do I want to do today? I think I'm going to be going in with this shade here. I think that one's MFEO. I don't know what that stands for, but I'm going to be using it as my transition shade. This is the first time I've used this brush, and it's already got strands coming out of it, which that does not impress me at all. And then I think I'm going to go into this shade here. Oops. And I think something's... Now the only thing I don't like about this palette is the fact that they don't have the names on the palette. I had to tape it to the back of my palette, and it kind of confuses me whenever I'm trying to find the name of the shade that I'm going into. And I think it's Roxanne, maybe. I don't know. This shade here. Oops, right there. That's the only complaint I have. And I'm just going to put it on the outer. The outer corners. Alright, the next shade I'm going to go into is this metallic kind of orange color. I think it's called Butter. That doesn't sound right. I think it's Firework. I think that's the one. And I think I'm just going to use my fingertip for this one. Then I'm going to go back in with that dark kind of red color right there. And I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Now I'm going to go back in with that transition color. This one. I'm just going to go along the sides and kind of just blend out any of those harsh lines. And I went back in with that foil, this shade. I'm just kind of putting it a little closer to the corners of my eye. Better. And then I think I'm going to go in with a smaller thinner brush, and I'm going to go in with this dark color in the corner. Abyss, I think is what it's called. And I'm just going to give it an eyeliner effect. Kind of smoke it out a little bit. And then with the e.l.f. crease brush, I'm just going to, I think I'm going to go in with that dark red shade. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna put that a little bit on the outer part of my eye, just kind of buff that out. And then I'm gonna go into that metallic kind of orange color again. And I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna put it kind of closer to the corners of my eye. Kind of just to match. Then I'm going to go in with that black shade, and I'm going to put it very tightly on my, I guess that would be where my eyelashes are. I forgot to mention this, but I had already done my eyebrows before I started filming, just because I didn't want to take up more time than I already needed to, and the brow product that I used was the Chella eyebrow cream. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. The reason why I like this mascara so much is I think it does give me more volume, and it also, I know you have to put a couple of layers on, but it is very buildable, like you can build it on itself, which I don't think is very common for a mascara, at least not the ones that I've tried. I find when I try to build them up, it gets clumpy, or it starts to kind of flake and look kind of gross. So that's one thing I do really like about this mascara, is that you can build it on itself. For lips, I'm going to be using this matte lip crown. Reason why I did not pronounce its name is I am very bad at pronouncing things, and I know I'm going to butcher it if I try. And to set my face, I'm going to be using the Morphe setting spray, and I'm just going to put that all over my face. I do like a lot how fine of a mist this setting mist is. I know some of other setting sprays I've tried, sometimes it gets pretty, like it doesn't shoot it out in like a mist, it shoots it out like in a big glob of it just comes to my face, and I don't like that. But this stuff does have a very fine mist to it, which I do appreciate, and I think it does a pretty good job of making my makeup last a little bit longer. But yeah, those are all my current favorite makeup products. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!